Hello, everyone. Doug Bender from DyeStat.com, and back with another DyeStat discussion. And look who it is. We have the great Lexy Halladay-Lowry from BYU getting ready for the PreNats in Wisconsin on Saturday. Couldn't be more happy to get a chance to talk to her. BYU is ranked number 2 in the latest women's coaches poll, and the A race for the women goes at 10 a.m. on Saturday morning, and that'll be live on runnerspace. So everyone should tune in for that. Lexy, thanks so much for giving me a little bit of your time.
Oh, of course. Thank you for having me.
So we're moving a little bit past the halfway point of the season, and it seemed like it's flying by. We're all getting into the second half of October now. How do you feel like things are shaping up for yourself and the Cougars?
Yeah, this has been a really good season. I feel like we took this summer to build more of a base, and so we're coming in definitely looking to continue to get better throughout the season. But I'm really happy with where we're at, both as a team and individually. And yeah, we'll just continue to come together.
So recently you won the Joe Piane Invitational over in Notre Dame. You won by about, 7 or 8 seconds, but pretty big invitational, one of the biggest that's not actually in Wisconsin this year. How did that race maybe kind of boost your confidence, or what did it tell you about the way, your season is going?
Well, going into the race, as a team, our goal was obviously there was like NAU was there and Notre Dame, and with those are two amazing teams, and with that, there's a lot of really good individuals along with some other individuals from other teams. But going in, we just really wanted to see how we were stacking up against some of the best in the nation for where we are at this point in the season. And going up to the line, we obviously had ideas of what we wanted to do, and I went in with the goal. I wanted to see if I could win, and yeah, just throughout the race, it was good to see just like the strengths and weaknesses of the team and myself, and just to get a good gauging stick for the rest of the season. But like I said previously, I'm really happy with where we're at, both for myself and as a team. I love watching just all of the individuals of the team come together and just really supporting everyone in the roles that we need everyone to fall into place.
You seem like you're a senior now. It seemed like you've sort of spanned generations of the roster. Like when you came in, it's the Whitney Orton and Anna Camp and Aubrey Friendaway, and you were part of that. You were the 7th runner on that team that won that oddball kind of NCAA championships that was in March, right on the tail end of the pandemic. Those amazing women, like they're all pros now and everything, and you were just coming in, the young one, and now you're kind of like the elder stateswoman for people like Jenna Hutchins and the new group coming in. Like, what has that been like for you to sort of see the continuity of the tremendous number of women that have come through there, and then you're kind of like at this point at least you're kind of like the middle of that. You got that, you got the you learned from all those veterans, and now the young ones are learning from you that same way.
Yeah, I feel so blessed. I was hoping that you would ask me about this because I was just pondering about it yesterday. And to have, I would say, like Courtney, Whitney, Anna, Olivia Hoy, to have all of those women, like you said, I came in as a freshman and they were still around my sophomore, junior year, just depending on how eligibility filed out. And they're still around, but I had the opportunity to learn so much from them, and to have 3 of them to really look up to. And I've taken like bits and pieces from each, because they each all have their strengths, and with that, like strengths in leading the team. And when they were gone, now that they are gone, I have taken the best from them and really tried to emulate that to this new younger team below me. And I just feel so blessed. They really showed me what it means to not just support, but to invest. It's a big difference between supporting and investing in someone. And that it has been a game changer since coming to BYU. Just the love and passion you feel for someone is so much deeper when you truly invest in someone.
Mm.
And that's what I've been trying to show the younger women, to not only invest in the sport for like yourself and like your passion, but how to invest in someone else's dream, and to show them what it means to truly be all in and balanced, while also like supporting and investing in your teammates. And
So
yeah.
who did you see out of that veteran group that invested in you the most?
Oh, they all did in different ways. That's what was so great about it. But I do want to shout out Anna Camp. My freshman year, she really took me under her wing. And I think that's also because we were, like you said, it was a weird season where um, Whitney was hurt that season and she was like trying to come back. And Anna was really like, I view her as like the leader of that team. And then Courtney was doing indoor. It was the same weekend. So like Courtney was in indoor, Anna was in cross country, and Whit was coming back. And so Anna took it upon herself to, I was just a new little freshman. And so she took me in under her wing, and I was able to like develop that relationship and learn how to be a leader.
You had come onto everyone's running radar, at least ours, like as a freshman at Mountain View there in Idaho, and you had this incredible race that first spring as a freshman in Boston. Do you remember that when you ran 4:41, and I think it was at the time like the fastest freshman mile.
That,
And
yeah.
some of the
Mhm.
other women in that race, like Taylor Rowe and like some other people that have like become really big deals in college running, but that kind of kicked things off for you, and you were always good, but then you lost your senior year of track and field due to the pandemic. How did you get through that and then make an adjustment into such an amazing elite program like BYU, and then really like you were in the top seven, like even when you just got there, like how did that adjustment go for you? And you know other high school, uh, either whether it's men or women that go from elite high school stuff into college, sometimes it's not so easy. And what kind of advice do you have for making that work, because you did it in some trying times?
Yeah. Oh, I feel like for my journey in high school, I learned how to truly love the sport for myself. And that came through a lot of injury. Like you said, I ran my fastest mile time as a freshman. I ran a 4:41. And that year, that was the fastest time in the nation. And it was a freshman national record. So I got a lot of recognition that year. And coming back the next year, I mean, I never ran that fast again in high school. And so it was really trying for myself to um, find my identity both in and outside of the sport, and to realize that like I'm not just a runner. And that's really important, I feel like, for especially female athletes, when you see a lot. Girls go through a slump, and those who make it out, they come out stronger on the other side. And so I really think that developing that love and passion and fire for the sport in high school helps in college, because now that I have that love, that now it was, and it still hasn't gone away, but now it's like I said previously, what's helped me with the longevity part is investing in others. And that's what Coach T says a lot as well. She gets a lot, she said this the other day. She says, I don't really have dreams anymore, but her dream is to help other people achieve their dreams. And that there's something so satisfying about helping someone become a better person, or run a little faster, or just find themselves in life. And through college, I feel like that is what has driven me, because women have done that for myself. And now I want to like pay it forward and doing the exact same thing. That was the turning point for me, is learning how to invest in others. That's really what I want. Yeah, that, uh-huh.
Well, you definitely showed, even when you talked about in high school, there were ups and downs and things, but it seemed like even when maybe you were down for a little while, all of a sudden you would just come roaring right back. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Was it like a night, like maybe like a night Nike Portland XC or something like that, where it's like, oh, well, here's Lexi again, and she's killing it again. She didn't go. She's not going to ever go away. She's always going to be right around the corner somewhere. Um, um, you know, again, that even your journey at BYU, so many inspiring athletes, whether it's a women's team, the men's team. Some of them were just recognized, I know, at the BYU football game. But what is some of those other runners in Provo? How do they inspire you, motivate you? Like, and I know you probably can't go around comparing yourself too often to them because that could get a little depressing because, there's so much talent there.
Yeah, I feel lucky to have them because it shows what's possible. Obviously, we've all had our own journeys through running. Like you said, my journey from high school to now, it just, we all have very vastly different journeys. And so, like, the hard part is not comparing because I mean, if you look at, we call them the three pros because they're the three so far that they're still around and they're running professionally, and we all like strive to do what they're doing. And so the hard part is not comparing their journeys to ours because even for them, their journeys are vastly different as well. And if I'm sure if they were to compare to pros from that are older than them, like it's daunting, but it's all about like trusting in your journey and finding a coach who's willing to invest in the long game and willing to help you get there the right way so that you do have longevity in the sport.
Yeah. I have to imagine Coach Taylor looks back to when she recruited you, knowing this one is special and she's going to be great for this program. Like, what can you say about 4 years that you've spent with Coach Diljeet Taylor?
Whew. She's shown me what it takes to be truly passionate about things that you want to achieve. Because I feel like as a female, we're not always like pushed to follow our dreams and passions in a way that like a man would to be like in a career. It's just not, it's just different, which is fine. But she's definitely been a great example of how to advocate for yourself, um, how to pursue your dreams, how to get help in doing that, investing in other women. She's just all around been a great example of all of those things. And I do feel really blessed. And to watch her do it with the older women, it's tried and true. Like she's had success with all of those women and she's having success with us and the women below me. And it's just believing in her and trusting in the process while also gaining confidence in ourselves as women in the sport.
Yeah. I want to mention briefly that you didn't really run an outdoor track season last spring because you're getting ready for the Olympic trials, and that all went, you know, 9:22.77 for a PR in the finals for ninth place. You may have wanted to finish a little higher, but you got an Olympic standard and all that, like a huge PR. At the top 9 women in that incredible race all got personal bests. What did you take out of that Olympic trials experience?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I feel like, yeah, like you said, going in, everyone going into the Olympic trials thinks that they can be top three, top five, top seven, top 10. And I wasn't sure what I'd be capable of because going in, I really tried to go in with an open mind. My big like mantra for this past spring was I can't control how fit other people show up to line, but I can control everything that I do in preparation to step up to the line. And like you said, I ran a 9:22. Like it was a PR. It's the Olympic standard. I am very happy with that. Would I have liked to place a little higher? Yes. Would everyone have? Yes. But I feel like I did do everything in my power to get as much experience from that situation so that next time, then like yes, I'll have the experience to maybe compete a little better. But like just being on the line and doing the rounds and being amongst some of the best steeplers to ever come out of the US is just, I mean, it was amazing. And so I'm hoping
How
that
long has
next
it
time
been since we even started steeplechasing? It's not that long, right?
my first time was my freshman year at BYU. So that was year 4.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Year 4. And again, 9:22, that would have won the trials in '08 and 12. Um, obviously, it's an event that has really attracted a lot of tremendous athletes over the last 10 or so years, and it's getting more competitive.
Hmm.
Another thing that's getting more competitive is cross country by girls in Boise, with a lot of amazing programs going right now. And I think some of that stems back to the things that you did in, again, the late 20 teens, there's some, I'm trying to rank the region of the Northwest right now, and it's like, wow, there's like four amazing teams in Boise, and I think back to like when you were coming up, wouldn't have ever thought that. So I think there's some investment that people have made in your example, maybe to inspire them. I want to ask you a little bit about this training camp that you guys all took up to Alaska. That seemed like an unusual destination for a preseason cross country camp, but looks like it was a lot of fun. What was the? Tell me the story of that going up to, was it Seward, Alaska?
Yeah, yeah. So Coach had kind of threw the idea out of doing camp there like a year ago, and obviously we were really excited. But at the end of the day, she decided to do it there because we live at elevation, so it's not as crucial to have like our training camp somewhere in
Yeah.
elevation. Like we could really go anywhere because we're
Why
here
would you go to
year round.
Flagstaff if you're already
Yeah,
in Provo? Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. And she wanted to go somewhere where, well, she also, when she coached D2, she took her team there 1 year. And so she just wanted to go back and just like it was a great time. And she also had some athletes there. It was just a place of like a lot of love for her. And we wanted to go and just create memories. That's one of, especially whenever we travel, that's one of her main things to try to do is to, I mean, years down the road, you'll remember the race, but some of my favorite races, I didn't necessarily like have the best race ever, but it's like the things that we did outside of that. And that's what this Alaska trip was. Like we made so many memories as a team, and it was a great opportunity to not just focus on the running, but like to get to know the new freshmen, and to not be like crazy about cross training, but to like truly have fun as a team and to go do things that you'll remember for the rest of your life. And that was the biggest thing, is just to make memories.
Growing up in Idaho, going to college in Utah, I know that you spend parts of your summers immersing yourself into the nature and the beauty and all of the mountains and the rivers and everything. But did Alaska hit different? Like, what were you impressed by up there?
Just I would describe, especially the spot that we were at, it was like the same weather as Seattle, but like not nearly as many people, like drastically smaller numbers. But I had never experienced a place quite as desolate as that, which was really beautiful. Everywhere we ran, it was just like such lush forests, and there weren't that many people. I'm a big fan of the outdoors. I love backpacking. I love camping, and so it was really cool to go somewhere where, like, if you were just to like hike for a few miles, you really would be in the middle of nowhere. Where it's hard to find places like that here on the lower 48. I think that's what they call it up there. But yeah, it was fun as a team.
Did you see wildlife?
We did take a boat tour of the glaciers, and we saw an orca. We saw, that was the coolest one. We didn't see a bear, sadly. That would have been cool from a safe distance, obviously. But yeah, we saw some wildlife.
What kind of accommodations do you have in Seward? Is it just like cabins? What kind of a place were you staying in where you had a little headquarters or whatever to go, base yourselves there?
Um, so we stayed in Airbnbs.
Oh, okay.
So we had like 3 houses.
Ah,
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Do you want me
All
to
right.
turn the light back on?
It's okay. We can still see
Okay.
you actually, so I think it's okay. Let's just
Okay.
talk for a couple of minutes about pre-nats and getting your chance to go get your feet on that race course, which is going to be hosting nationals. What do you see as the importance of this coming weekend for your group?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is, like you said, just getting our feet on the course and experiencing a similar atmosphere to nationals. Obviously, nothing is going to make up for the chaos and just pure adrenaline of NCAs, but pre-nats I feel like is always a big race, and it'll be good for us to get in the chaos of a big race, to
Yeah.
not have us have our top 5 in the top 20. Like, I think it's going to be very, very beneficial for our team to be in that chaos. And so that's really what we're looking forward to, is finding the calm in the storm. And I think
Now,
it'll be a
they
great
just
test.
put all 5 or 6 right up in the front and just hammer it
Just
out. Huh?
manhandled it. Yeah. Not at this big of a race.
Um, uh, do you find that there's a lot of value in kind of having a rehearsal kind of a race in, on the venue where you're going to have the most important one of the year?
Yeah, it's just making it more familiar, not making it as foreign. And that's why we liked coming at this point in the season, just so that it's a little fresher in our minds once we come to NCAs. And for those who like to like visualize the course or just like who like to think about it, we'll go see the course, get hopefully positive experiences, and then come back and be motivated to continue to train to go back and hopefully do better.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Lexy Halladay-Lowry, I think I'm going to wrap it up. But thank you again for giving me such an amazing 20 minutes here of stuff that we can all learn. Learn about what you've been through, and it's also a chance to say good luck this weekend and go BYU Cougars.
Yeah, thank you for having me.